Hey, we're live. Going to start off by saying there's a rain coming, and we've got, we have like 20 acres left, so that's about 30 minutes of planting. Or we got about 30 minutes of daylight left, or sunshine, or well, non-raining conditions. So when it starts raining, this might end. I don't know. And it might end when we move fields. I don't know yet. But we are live from a Fendt Momentum planter. We are pulling it with a 942 Fendt tractor. So thought I'd do a live stream. Haven't got any videos of the tractor out yet or the planter. Hopefully have one coming out. I was hoping tomorrow, but I've got one video that has to come out ahead of it that was going to come out tonight. I don't know, I haven't even started editing it yet. So if it does come out tonight, it'll be late, and then the Fendt video will be late tomorrow night. If not, Monday is the plan. But right now we are planting soybeans. We're going to eventually plant corn with this, but we're planting, actually I keep forgetting I can plant fast. I was only planting 7.5 there. We're running 8.9 right now, 8.9 mile an hour. And this is a 1632 splitter. And here, I'll show you the front of the tractor here. There we are. As you can see, we got rain coming over there. So hopefully we can get this field done. Just a minute, I'll start reading some comments. This is kind of a little impromptu, so I don't have anything to read comments with like I usually do, or a person to read them. What tractor are you running? 942 Fendt. Green hood. Who can I talk to about doing a demo in our area? I would contact your AGCO dealer. I don't know what area you're in, but I'm pretty sure there's 5 of these planters in the country. So depending on where those are would probably have a lot to do with whether or not you get a demo one. Afternoon, Brian. How's planning going so far? We're going good now. We had a little bit of issues this morning. It was nothing major. Had a speed tube mess up, but yeah, we're back at it now. Going pretty well. Going pretty well. Notice Welkers have their seed cleaned before planting. Is that something you do? When we buy seed from a seed company, it is cleaned before it gets here. So our seed is cleaned. I'm not 100% sure, but I would guess they are probably keeping their own seed. So that's probably why they have to have it cleaned. How long do you have it? I'm not sure yet. Once we get the crop tour in, all bets are off. It's probably moving after that on to its next location. There are several other crop tours it's got to plant. So don't have it for a super long time. Do you like the Gen 3 2020? I do. Right now it's dinging at me. But overall it seems like a really nice display. Oh, found a groundhog hole. Didn't like that. How long? Man, we're a little bit behind. Hold on here. How are you liking the 942? I'm liking it quite a bit. It is a very nice planter, or very nice tractor. Probably going to do a video comparing it to one of our thousands eventually. There's a few differences, not a whole lot. The 1000 series are a bigger frame machine than the 942. Just got done filling up, so I'm a little sweaty. But other than that, the cab's pretty much the same. The Fendt has a little bit more functionality in the joysticks. So, hold on, I got pickup. Get her turned around here. So a lot of really cool features on this planter. I'm pretty stoked for the video that's going to come out on it. Can't even remember how much we even talked about some of the features though, because it was filmed a while back. But the thing does some cool stuff. The tire monitoring system is super impressive. Like for example, right now the tires have aired up to 20 psi. I just filled up. They were at 15. They do that automatically, so that's pretty cool. Here's our 2020. Showing our map, our singulation, all that stuff. Now we are planting soybeans, so we're not really showing a whole lot in the singulation department. It's not near as accurate as corn would be if we were showing singulation for corn. Over here on this screen, oh, wrong one. Still getting the hang of this part. Let me go back here. Click this. You can see this is like some of the planter functions. This isn't the seed monitor though. This is just like, that's how full our tanks are. They're 100% full. They're pretty full. Tire PSI in the system, fan, so pretty cool stuff. For some reason I've got a couple rows that are being a little finicky. Wouldn't you know they would start that whenever we get to doing a live stream. Let me check my facts. See if that helps any. But how's the weather where everybody else is at? How many horses? This is 420 horse, and it feels like it. It's got the power. It's weighted pretty heavy, so this would probably be a better fit on our strip till bar. What happened to George? George is around. George doesn't help us quite like he used to. Larry's been doing a lot of the trucking, so George hasn't had to as much. Adjusting my fans a little bit here. Pouring rain in southern Indiana. Yeah, that's coming here, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Hoping to get this field done. If you guys are just joining, once I get this field done, that might be the end of the stream. I don't know. We only have 50 acres left of it, so we don't have a lot left. Or no, we have done 50 acres of the 60-acre field. What is all that beeping? I've got one seed unit that is beeping at me a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I think it has something to do with the vacuum. It is still planting, but every now and then it drops right below the threshold where it beeps at me, and then it picks back up, and then it drops back down. So that's why we keep hearing it beep. Like I was saying, it's planting fine until I start this live stream, and then we get a unit acting up. So figures. Getting her line back up. And here we go. Why can't we see the new strip till bar? The new strip till bar is not ours. It is a pre-production unit, and that's why I've not displayed it yet. Once I am allowed to, from that company, display it, I will. How many acres per hour can you plant? Theoretically, which does not account for turning and whatnot, you can do 50 acres an hour at 10 miles an hour with a 40-foot bar. Realistically, probably around 40, because you have to slow down, turn, stuff like that. That row right there, that's the one. Hovers right around that beep, beep, beep mark. How would you say this planter compares to your old one? This planter is a lot more intelligent, meaning it does a lot more cooler things. The contouring toolbar is pretty awesome. Eventually you guys are going to get to see that. In the video that displays this, the first one, I got some pretty good shots of it contouring over some uneven terrain, so that should be pretty cool to see. Also, the tire inflation system, that's pretty awesome. Like right now, that tire inflation system is adjusting as we're going through the field, which that's pretty cool. Cool stuff. Check it. Also, being able to plant fast is awesome. I didn't think that would be that big of a deal. I know a lot of people seem to think, well, on our ground we can't plant that fast. It's planting just fine here. It's doing really well. We are starting to get raindrops already, so I'm going to kick it up a notch. Don't like the rain. will you guys buy one of those in the future? Maybe eventually. Planters are extremely expensive, and right now corn's like $2.90, so it's definitely not in this year's budget. I would like to put some precision parts on our corn planter. That would probably be something that we'd be able to maybe afford this year. I don't know. Corn's really cheap right now. The virus has kind of affected that quite a bit. Between that and the oil wars that are going on, it's not the greatest situation. Get turned around here, folks. What activities do you do for fun? I like hiking, hunting, camping, hanging out with the family, stuff like that, you know. Mainly is exactly why you got to be able to go fast. Yes, it does help being able to cover a lot of dirt. The other day, we've planted 3 days with this now. Late one evening, early one morning, and today. The second day, we had a rain shower coming. It was supposed to get here at like 10. We planted 40 acres and filled up. And we planted 44 acres and we had a fill up in there. And we did that in an hour and a half. So I was very impressed by that. Very happy. Any big deer around you? Yeah, there's some. We are moving now. One thing I'm watching while I'm going fast is my ground contact, making sure my units are staying in the ground at this speed. But whenever I have that unit keep dinging at me, it goes into a diagnostics page and I keep losing that for some reasons. I have to get out and check that unit here in a second. Farmhand Mike has left the field. He has. Mike was down here today. He actually wrecked my drone. Didn't think I was going to say that, Mike. Come on. And, it happens. It was kind of funny. I haven't seen the footage yet. That should be pretty cool. That monitor sounds annoying. It actually just hasn't been beeping at me that much. Yeah, it is pretty annoying, but this is kind of new. So, hold on. We might have to check something. Think your local AGCO dealer will send you a Fendt combine with joysticks? I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to try. They look like a really cool concept, but I do not know. I don't know if there's even going to be one in this area. So, yeah, I don't know if there's going to be one in this area. And from what I understand, I think they're just Class 10 combines. So, just a second, folks. Check a hose real fast. Look how low these tires look. The ones in the center look even lower, and that is by design. Those are auto-inflating. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Everything that's given me fits has been right here, so I'm just checking to see if we got a back hose loose or anything like that. Got seat in here, so that's good. Hose looks good. Let's get back up in the cab and see what we got. The rain is going to come from that way. Yep, old Mike wrecked my drone. Tore the propellers off. Oh well, like I say, it should be some pretty interesting footage. Oh, I forgot something. There's a GoPro out there. It's gonna grab that. Oh well. Alright, what kind of soybeans are you planting? We are planting Sea Consultants. I believe the number is 8399X. That's me priming the planter. Make sure our vacs are coming up. Let's click this just one more time, make sure we're good and primed. I do not claim to be a 2020 expert here. Still getting the hang of it. I've never planted with a 2020. Dad has one in his corn planter, but it is a Gen 2. This is a Gen 3. Is there an FBN rep in Ohio? Yes. Ooh, there's the raindrops. Our FBN rep, his name is Clint Roush, I believe. So give him a call. All right, let's go. How do you feel about the tractor? I'm liking the 900 series. It is a pretty sweet ride. Let's go back here. Everything seems good there finally. So that's good. I'm sure that thing will start dinging here in a minute, but we're going to race the rain and win, so I ain't got time for that. Atta girl. See, when we're running 10 right now, 50 acres an hour. That's pretty cool. Can you give us an inside the tractor tour? I sure can. It is just like our 1038 inside, as I'm fairly positive they use the same cab. We got storage here, blows cool air in. This is where I usually keep my water bottle. Just a nice little cubby hole. That's actually very useful. Well, right now it's got an iPad and some cameras. Got 3 cup holders down there, also extremely useful. Row 5 again. 2 cup holders over here, armrest. This part is just like ours, except this one has the radio right here. Super awesome. Over here we've got the multifunctional handle. Pretty cool. A little bit different than ours. Ours doesn't have all this stuff. It just has 2 buttons right here. This part's all the same. This one has 2 brakes. Ours only has 1. So I do like that. Yeah, we only have, let's see if I can find it on the map. I think we only have like 4 passes and then this field will be done. We are covering the ground. How's George doing? George is doing good. What shuttle handle do you like better? Depends on what you're doing. This one, if you're using some of the smart features that a Fendt or a Challenger have, it's pretty handy. Like for example, on the auto teach-in, let's see if I can find that. I'm probably gonna butcher how to explain this. Yeah, wrong one. Auto teach-in right here. It with auto teach-in on my tractor, I have to hit a button over here. Not a big deal. On the Fendt, you do not. You have 2 go and in functions. That does free you up a little bit. Yep, probably ought to pick up before we hit the trees. Oh, about dropped the drone. I'm just gonna put it down here before we drop it. See the windshield? We're getting a little rain on her. I don't like that. Yep, our soil temperature right now, we are at 67 degrees. The soil temperature is good. Soil moisture is like 28, so that's good. What's the beeping inside? I've got 1 row unit that is fluctuating right on the borderline of not planting enough, and every now and then it triggers my dinger. Yep, that's right, I said it triggers my dinger. But anyways, we're planting, our soil moisture is like 28, 29%, so that's good. And these beans are going to get watered here soon, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because seems like we dry out and then it rains. We dry out and then it rains. We get like 1-2 days in the field. Seems to be the going rate. Quite annoying, but it is what it is. There goes row 5 again. I don't know. That's what she said. That is a good "that's what she said" joke. What is with the pizza cutter tires? I don't know. That's how they brought it. Where's my flipper? There's my flipper. There's lots of good puns in this one. I don't know what size these are. They're a little bit different than ours. Ours has a wider rim. Thing's driving me crazy. I don't know. I must be losing. I don't know if I'm losing vacuum there or what. Might have a plug C tube. I did just fill up, and it was running fine before that, so that kind of makes me wonder if I don't have a plug C tube. Maybe not completely plugged, but just a little, I guess. I don't know. Brian, do you know the cost of this planter? I do not know the cost of this planter. I would guess, just a guess, it's probably similar to an equally spec'd competitive planter. Be my guess. Your flashers are on. I don't think so. How many horsepower is on? What's the horsepower on this machine? This is a 420 horsepower tractor. It's a 9-liter engine instead of the what is the 1,000? They're either a 12.4, something like that, I think. Hey Brian, would it hurt any of the equipment if you had to slam on the brakes pulling that fast? I don't know. I don't like to do any kind of quick, jerky movements, just because I probably is not the greatest on any of the equipment when you do that. But if I was about to go into a groundhog hole and I've seen it, I probably would. Got an 1.5 inch rain this morning. Keep that there. How much have you planted? Today I've planted a little over 100 acres. Had a little bit of hiccups this morning. Been going pretty good for the last couple hours. Farmhead Mike was down. He wrecked my drone. Had to go find it. Oh well. How does the Momentum compare to the JD planter? Dad's actually getting ours going right now. I don't know. Our planter's kind of old, so it'd be hard to compare this one to that one. Ours doesn't have hydraulic downforce. Ours does not have electric drives. Ours does not have speed tube. Ours does not have a lot of things. Is this a man engine? Yes. So I don't know. I can't really give a good comparison. I'll see when we plant corn with both of them how they work. We have one more pass, and then I'm going to check row 5. Just want to get done. It's still planting. It's just not putting on a high pop. How much downforce does 10 miles an hour run? I would check that if I knew how. But it says we're maintaining 100% ride, or good ride and ground contact. Good ride's not 100%, it's in the upper 90s. Our ground contact is staying at 100. Do these big tractors have a good horn? No. Let me turn this around. That's it. Hello from Passel? Hello from Denmark. How fast are you planting? I've went anywhere from, my cruise is set at 8.5. Sometimes whenever I turn around, I find myself forgetting I can go high speed. So, but for the most part, I'm probably averaging 8 to 9 miles an hour. Farming is all computers. There's a lot of computers in it. It definitely helps. What type of metering units are on this planter? A precision ESET or white planter meters? This has precision, what are they called? I don't think they're called ESETs, are they? It's whatever the latest and greatest precision ESET, or I don't know. It's precision meters. Like I said, folks, we probably are going to end this stream after we get done here because I got to move, and we have like 2 acres left. Let's grab a couple quick questions. How much fuel are you burning? Good question there. It is actually burning a decent amount of fuel. Right now we're doing 10 gallons an hour, I guess, in the last 3 hours. So I guess that's not as bad as I thought. One thing to keep in mind with that 10 gallons an hour, we are planting pretty high acres an hour. So therefore our acres, or our gallons per acre is pretty low, which is pretty nice. At first when I got in here, I was like, man, I can't believe we're burning that much fuel an hour. And I was like, well, we're doing 45 acres an hour, so would you buy a 900 series? I would. If they made this in the Challenger, we probably would have bought it, one of those first. Our local dealer was not a Fendt dealer at the time we got our first Challenger, and the 942 and the 939 or the Gen 6s are pretty new. But yeah, these are great planter tractors. I mean, the view's a little bit better. The hood's not quite as wide, and yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with it. I've got maybe 10 to 15 hours in the seat so far. Hoping before they take it I get a chance, I'm going to do a comparison video between this and our 1000 series Challengers, which if you don't know, a 1000 series Challenger is basically the same thing as a 1000 series Fendt. In fact, on the serial tag it says Fendt. But, okay. Did you get the new modem? I did. Unfortunately, I don't have an antenna, so I still don't have RTK. Didn't realize I needed that. I'm waiting for an antenna that screws into the top of the roof on that one. So right now we're still steering on range point. So should have that in the next day or so. How has the virus affected you guys? It has affected us. For one thing, I had to wait on that modem for a little bit longer than I thought, just because the plant that made them shut down in Italy. I believe it was in Italy for the coronavirus. So stuff like that, when you go and get parts now, you're usually just sitting at they're usually sitting outside for you. So Governor DeWine going to let you out of quarantine. I believe that the state's supposed to do a soft reopen pretty soon, so I guess. You guys start planting corn. Started about 2 hours ago. Would you consider a white? I would. My neighbor has a white splitter planter. That's the only one really in this end of the county. There's one on the other end. There's just not a lot of used whites, so that's why we didn't end up with a white planter. Just coming up on the end here. Pass. Why Fendt doing both Challenger and Fendt? I'm not 100% sure on the reasoning. I believe it's something to do with recognized brands in each country. Andrew Reeves, thanks for the $5, buddy. Not 100% sure on that one, but I believe it's something along those lines. That, and also, if you notice, like the green Fendt tractors, I'm pretty sure those are just Challenger tractors. Would you get a 1050? I would. What is that very annoying sound? Can you turn it off? Well, when you come into the start planting in, it beeps at you, and when you pick it up, it beeps at you. But I also have one row that is losing its mind a little bit and dinging at me from time to time. I pray for Harmless Farmer. I do too. I hope Andy comes out okay. He's a great dude, and yeah. If you don't know, Andy is battling throat cancer at the moment. Like I say, I wish him nothing but the best. Fendt is the Rolls Royce of tractors. It's a pretty nice tractor. It is a pretty nice machine. Although I am not getting a massage, but still pretty good. Let's see here. How wide is the planter? What is the row width? This planter is it's 40 foot, 1632. So it's a 16 row, 30 inch, or you can use it as a splitter planter, which is what we're doing. Brian, you're something. How many acres do you farm? We farm 3,500 acres. Oh, low power. we're still good. Yeah, I was real prepared for this stream. Started her off with with my phone almost dead. Mic muted. Can you guys hear me? Can you still hear me? I put my phone in low power mode, and I hope that did not turn my mic off. That would be bad. Yes, good. Good. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Sound is good. Alright, good deal. If you weren't a farmer, what would you do? I don't know. I have no idea. Do you have a P.O. box? I do. It is P.O. Box 291, Londonderry, Ohio. How long does your seeding program take? It's very weather dependent. If we had 10 days of no rain, we could plant everything in those 10 days. That rarely happens. With our case planter, the most I've ever planted in a day was 300 acres. With this high-speed unit, I don't know what you could plant in a day. I would certainly imagine more than 300 acres. Mark, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the $5. I would certainly imagine you could plant more though with this planter, like I say. Get turned around here. Like I said, theoretically, you could do 50 acres an hour, but oh, we're sliding a little bit. Yeah, the planter's a little heavy. It's on a hillside turning. Probably a little too fast. In fact, I know I was turning too fast. Alright, last round here. You should see the extra large Tim Hortons coffee I have. I actually had one in here from lunch, but it's empty. I am quite the, I drank a lot of coffee, and I like Tim's. We have 2 of them in our town, and that's probably my favorite town coffee. So, John Deere high-speed thoughts. I've never been around a high-speed planter till this one. I don't know. My buddy Tyler, my John Deere salesman, he is quite the fan, but he also drinks the Kool-Aid and bleeds green paint. So, I don't know. Seems like they do pretty good. These are precision units. Precision's a pretty, trusted and reputable company. So I don't know. I don't know who would make a better unit. Let's help Brian make 100K. That would be awesome. I would love to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. That would be pretty cool. We have Ozarks Coffee Company here. It's awesome. I'm a huge fan of Black Rifle coffee. That's what I've started drinking. No, how long have I been drinking Black Rifle now? Probably, I don't know, 9 months. You're a heavy drinker. I am. Probably too much of this. Love watching you guys. Well, thank you. Are you a Browns or Bengals fan? I'm a could care less fan. Now, my brother, he is a diehard Browns fan, or Bengals fan, and my dad is a Bengals fan, or Browns fan. I'm pretty sure, just to make fun of my brother. My brother is the football fan. Dad and I we don't really care. Would you like to have a go in a John Deere 8RX? Well, of course. I like driving all equipment, and that's a pretty cool looking machine. 4 tracks on a front wheel assist. Yeah, I'd take it for a spin. How far are you from Chillicothe? We're not too far. How long are your days during the planting season? Planting season's when I rack up the most hours in a week, if we have 7 straight days of, sunshine, because during harvest, you're depending on a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of other people involved and whatnot. During planting season, it's just me. So as long as everything holds together, I will usually put in 16 to 20 hours if everything holds up. Doesn't always happen. Does not always happen. All right, folks, that's it. We're done with this field. What's the plan for 100,000 subscribers? Heck, I don't know. As far as getting there, just keep doing what we're doing. What kind of tractor would you like to have? I really like these, obviously. We do have 2 1038s. 10, yeah. that and a higher horsepower, one of these for a planter tractor, that would be awesome. Like a 933, I believe is what the number is. That'd be a great planter tractor for Dad. Or this one, this would be a great for a high-speed unit. You need some horsepower to go high speed. Justin's SRT8. Love the channel. Keep up the great content. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it. What's the largest field you have? We have one field that's 180 acres, or 86 acres. Any viewers make surprise visits? No. I would prefer to keep it that way if possible, folks, just because not all the fields that we farm or are in all that often are ours. So keep that in mind, and plus the liability and stuff like that, you know, there's some risk there. But no, I haven't had anyone show up yet. Tell us what the name of the strip till bar is. I like to call her Trixie. Did BJ ever find his fuel leak? He did. 100K, make BJ climb the grain lake. I would be up for that. All right, let's shut this thing down and fold her up. First, I gotta get the GoPro. Shut the fans down. I believe this is the alternator on the machine. Anyways, let's go get the fan. Let's go get the GoPro. There's the rain. I don't like that. Yep, there she is, folks. Now, once I fold it up, these wheels will start inflating. That's a pretty slick system. Pretty slick. So we'll just leave the truck here. Alrighty, let's see here. I'm trying to remember how to fold it. Oh yeah, it's easy. I'll show you. Drop your 3-point bar, or your 3-point implement, or your 3-point hitch. Drop it all the way down, and then hit fold. And there she goes. Is that a 1050 Fendt? No, this is a 942 Fendt. Now, while I'm folding it, I do have to hold that down, but that's the only button you hit. You'll see those bars will go down and those hooks right there. So there she goes. Does the tractor have tire pressuring monitoring? It does. It does have tire pressure monitoring. Works pretty well. I'll put you guys down for a second. I'm going to lift the hitch up. And we're ready for the road. Yeah, the tractor monitoring system, I can't remember how to get to it. I've seen it on here a few times, but here's our tire monitoring system on the planter. You'll start seeing it increase now. Pretty slick how it works. You gotta turn off your auto steer so you can go high speed. Ooh. A little heavy. Fendt is stepping up their game. They are. I'm been pretty impressed so far. The planter to me is one of the most impressive things. The tractors are great. I love the tractors, but to me this planter is super impressive just because it's a completely different design. It's not like they kind of built off the white. I mean, it's very different. It does share a similar row unit with the white, but the bar itself is completely different. 100K subscriber fireworks. We can maybe work something out. I do have some tannerite sitting at the house. We can maybe blow something up. Black Hand Farmer is planting the soybeans. Well, good deal, man. Let her fly. How fast you going? Do you wish the 1038 had 2 brakes? I never use 2 brakes. Like I always, like on the 8400, I keep them locked. The only time I ever use 2 brakes is if I absolutely need them, and I've needed them a couple times in the 1038 because that strip till bar is heavy, and it's a 3-point mounted implement, so there's a lot of weight on it. 10 mile an hour. Okay. Precision planting units. Good deal, man. It's raining here good, an hour west of Cincinnati. Yeah, I'd say we're going to be getting it. They were calling for it at 6 o'clock. What is it, 5:30 now? So, yeah, I'd say we're going to get rained on here pretty soon. Did you tarp the tender? The tender is tarped. But we will be coming, somebody will be coming after it here pretty soon. I hear running a Fendt has a long learning curve. Not really. When you first get in one, they're kind of intimidating if you're not used to it, seeing all these colors. That's what I think gets a lot of people, is this is all, it's color coded. And if you're not used to it, you're like, what is all this? That's what my first impression was. Now, I have approximately 700 hours, 600 hours, 400, I don't know. I have several hundred hours in one now, so I'm pretty used to how they work, but it took me a good like 20 hours and I was pretty comfortable doing just about anything in it. The first day, I mean, you know, I spent most of that day just making sure I could do the basic stuff like making a beeline. But my brother, he took to it pretty good, but I mean, that's the only tractor he's really ran. Has BJ been getting on learning the, how's BJ learning on the case planter? So far, he's only planted one field. He's strip tilling, and since I'm running this, our case planter's sitting still. We're just a little over half done strip tilling, so we need like 6 days of no rain to finish it. I'd say the corn planter is going to catch the strip till bar, in which case I don't know what's going to happen. I do want to strip till all of our corn acres. I just don't see it happening this year, unfortunately. But, oh well, it is what it is. How fast can you plant with the Fendt? I've had it as fast as 11.3 and everything was still planting good. So, I don't know what the top speed is. Like I said, I would think you'd want to watch your ground contact and your good ride percentage. But I'm sure at some point, with the amount of seed that we're putting on 145,000 population for beans. I would say you can outrun that fan eventually. I do not know if you can, but I would think that at some point there is a place where you're going to catch your fan, your seed delivery system. We're at 10% power, folks, so we might shut off at some point soon. But I don't plan an 11. I've just accidentally got there a few times. Hey, Brian, how's it going? It is going well. We're heading home. There's probably a rain coming. Just finished a 65-acre field, and we're heading to an 88-acre field, but I bet we don't even really get to plant any of it. I'd say we're going to get rained out. I'm going to stay with you folks till we get to the main road. Right now we're still on a farm lane, and then I'm going to end in the stream. Right there's the end of the road, by the way. You have a voice of John Goodman. I have the body of him too, unfortunately, but someone asked something. You need to check row 5 still. I am going to check row 5. I'm thinking I've probably got a vacuum leak or something along those lines, just because it's not like a constant failure, which leads me to think that I'm losing vac every now and again. Or I might just have a loose connection, who knows. What does this planter use for seed delivery? I saw Millennial Farmers, John Deere is running a belt brush setup. Is the planter the same? That's John Deere's high-speed delivery system. The precision meters, they run, or precision planting, they run like a conveyor belt, if I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking I'm not getting this mixed up. It's like a conveyor belt. It goes around the tube, and it holds that seed in that belt, and then drops it. Seems to work well. Like I said, we've been running pretty fast. Did your brother just start farming recently with you guys? Yeah, man, we're getting rain now. Shoot, do not like that. We're driving into the rain. Yeah, my brother hasn't been farming with us long. He started farming with us, when did, this fall. My brother's 41 and this is first year farming full time. The beard, 10 out of 10, let it grow. Just actually shaved. This is about as short as it gets. Did you ever try 30-inch beans? Yeah. No, I've never planted 30-inch soybeans. Just 15 and 7.5 is the only thing I've ever planted. The farm has planted 30s before, but a long time ago. This is kind of a crappy crossing. It's hard to see the trains. Looks like we got a troll blowing the chat up. But hello from East Germany. We plant corn with a 8. I gotta put you guys down for just a second. Turn you that way. And you might as well see the planter or tractor. Nothing coming. We're all good. All right. Now you guys can look at my pretty face again. There's the tractor in transport. There's the planter in transport. Pretty narrow indeed. Looks pretty good back there. Oh man, are we still recording? No, good. What's the next machine to be replaced on the pipeline? Usually we replace combines before now, but I highly doubt it with the prices. Probably not going to be replacing anything for a while. Did you guys buy this tractor and planter? No, this is an AGCO demo unit. This is AGCO's machine, not the dealer. This is it's for the launch of that planter back there. They are sending a few of these around the country, planting crop tour plots to get acres on them. Oh, see, looky here. There's our tire system now. We are up to 50 PSI in the planter tires. Now, when we left the field, we were sitting at, I believe, 15 or 20. But anyways, this is AGCO's planter and tractor. They're putting in crop tour plots across the country. There's a few going, I think there's 2 going in Ohio. There's, I think there's 1 in Minnesota, maybe. I don't know. There's a few of them across the country. So that's what this planter is here for. And while we've got it here, they're not ready to do the plot yet. So they let me plant some beans with it. Oh, I hit the neighbor's dog. Don't want to do that. Get out of there, dog. I like dogs, so I don't want to hit them. What are your power requirements to run this planter? I'm not sure. I would say there's some hydraulic requirements more than power, but to pull high speed, I haven't ran out of power yet, but I would say you would want at least, I don't think I'd want less than 350 horsepower for a 40-footer splitter pulling high speed. Not quite sure what the actual requirements they say are. This is a corn planter as well as a bean planter. It is, and we will be planting corn with it. We're not just planting beans. I was hoping I could plant this box dry and then we could switch it over to do corn whenever this next rain shower is over, but that does not appear to be the case. You guys still have, we still have guys combining in Minnesota. That's rough. Hope you guys nothing but the best. See you, Brian. Good luck. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to get off here. It's starting to rain, and I'm getting ready to turn on the road. So that's it for this one. Like I said, the first video with this planter will be out on when is it coming out? Oh, tomorrow or Monday, depending on how soon I get the editing done. So be on the lookout for that, and there should be a few more videos featuring this planter. So thanks for watching, fellas, and we'll see you later. How do I end up? There we go. Are we still live?